It's now time for the men's skateboard street elimination, starting right now. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham joined alongside my partner, the legend Amelia Brodka, and I'm so excited for this one because we've got 12 of the heaviest hitters in street skateboarding with only 8 final spots up for grabs.
This is going to be a really tough cut. They each only have 2 runs to put down their best to try to make it in the top 8. And of course, we've got Nyjah Houston, who's just coming off setting records at X Games. He's got 15 career golds and 23 total X Games medals.
King of the Streets, Club 15. Can he break that record here this weekend at X Games Chiba? But how about this young man, Jinwoon Odadera, absolutely taking the world by storm, winning gold here in 2023. That was the last time we saw him on the X Games stage. And Amelia, I know you're excited to see this rookie, Cordano Russell.
I can't believe it took so long for Cordano to get to an X Games because he's been on an absolute tear. He skates like no one else. He will grind up things, and his trick selection is insane.
So we're coming to you of night 2 here of X Games Chiba 2024, the start list for men's skateboard street elimination. Obviously, we've talked about those 3 names off the top, but you see a healthy dosage of Japanese talent across this 12 skater field, Amelia.
It's going to be a really tough cut, especially if you're not one of the Japanese skaters, because they're so incredibly progressive. It's a heavy field.
So I'm excited to see how this one shakes out, though. But as you said, with a format like this, Nyjah Houston certainly has his work cut out for him. But just 2 runs here on this course, 45 seconds each. The best single run counts. And again, just the top 8 advancing to the final. And it always happens like this. When you have such a talented deep field like this, there's going to be some household names that are going to be left out of the finals. That's just the way it works.
You're definitely going to have to stay on a run if you want the chance to advance. And that run has to be really technically proficient.
So without further ado, we kick things off. A silver medalist at X Games Chiba back in 2022, Daiki Ikeda, 18 years old, skating for Toy Machine.
Oh, starting off with a kickflip backflip. Strong way to come out the gate. Oh, and there's the hard flip. I love the way he does those hard flips. He catches them so well, and he's taken them down some massive gaps. Ooh, a little switch, frontside flip. Looked like he might have tried to get on his truck, but just took it anyways. I think if you've only got 2 runs, you just got to stay on for sure. Once again, a little slip up. Not quite what he intended to do, but he's making it work for him.
Time for one more over the rail.
Woo! That is a strong way to start his run. I mean, he rode away from everything clean. You know, there were a couple tricks that kind of were a different lock-in than he was intending, but all in all, strong start, strong finish. Doing the switch frontside flip, just always nice to watch.
5th X Games appearance for Daiki. As we said, a silver medal in his debut back in 2022. Has not found the podium since then. Right now, though, Amelia, he's just trying to earn a spot in the final.
Definitely check out his video part in Toy Machine's Real Life Sucks video.
An 84.66 for Daiki, so a really solid first score, and he's got some things to clean up. It'll be interesting to see where that bar is set after we get through run 1. Alex Midler making his 5th X Games appearance. We haven't seen him at X Games since 2021.
Alex Midler is so gnarly. He will just throw some of the biggest tricks down, and honestly, he sometimes gets stuck on a trick and will just go for it the entire time as though he's at a street spot because he just wants to basically throw down the hardest thing he can think of. But hopefully we get to see a full pull from him here.
Yeah, I think Alex's prowess sometimes is best utilized in a best trick contest because he just has such a commitment to putting down hammers. And that doesn't always work out strategically in a run format like this. So it'll be interesting to see if Alex can clean things up.
I mean, when he puts it together, though, it's definitely a sight to see.
Alex, of course, a team rider for Nyjah's Disorder Skateboards. 31-year-old Kelvin Hoefler, who somehow, someway, still criminally underrated in his 13th X Games appearance. He's won 2 X Games golds, owner of 7 X Games medals. What makes him so good in this format, Amelia?
He is a competition machine. You can tell he just basically trains in an effort to get all of his tricks so dialed. He plans his runs so meticulously, but seriously, he just goes from contest to contest to contest. He was in Rome last week at the World Skate Games, making it to the finals out there. He skated in Paris. He's gotten a medal at the Tokyo Olympic Games. So yeah, this guy's a contest destroyer for sure. He's got it down to the T.
Yeah, I would say no one else besides Nyjah Houston times their run better than Kelvin Hoefler. Collects himself for an ender.
Oh, switch tail slide to end things off on the rail. As you said, Brandon, he just ended his run with a hammer right on the buzzer.
You know, we talked about it. It was interesting. We talked about Cordano Russell going, I can't believe he hasn't been in an X Games yet. And there was this groundswell attitude of that with him before his first X Games back in 2017. And then what did he do? Win gold in his debut. So an 81 for Hoefler. So 3 skateboarders in here in our elimination round. An X Games rookie, 20-year-old Raimu Sasaki. His younger brother, Toa, also competing in this field here today.
Beautiful 360 flip. Going nollie cab over the hip. Oh, switch back lip.
That
making it look
effortless.
So easy. Nice cab lip, taking it back to fakie.
Last 10 seconds for Raimu.
Oh, just missing the switch tail right there.
What do you think went wrong?
I mean, when you're skating in your non-dominant footing, when you're skating switch, it's basically, it's at least 3 times as hard, maybe more. So it looked like he misjudged the amount of pop he needed to get into that tail slide.
It's wild because other than that, Amelia, his skating was so intentional. Everything seemed really thought out, really well timed. Had 10 seconds to go there and just was not able to put that down. So a 69 for Raimu. Felipe Mota. You want to talk about one of the most talented skateboarders on the planet. Look no further than this 17-year-old phenom, fresh off a silver medal in Street Best Trick in Ventura.
He also absolutely dominated the street contest in Ventura. The line that he put down, he flipped into and out of everything. Ended up on the podium, but it was just so technical. He's also graced the cover of Thrasher magazine, April 2024. Kickflip front blunt down the 16th stair at Hollywood High.
He was the opener for Daydream, the Primitive Am video earlier this year. So a lot of great things have been unfolding for Felipe Mota in 2024.
I mean, that's a busy year to be filming a video part, to be shooting with Thrasher, to be competing at multiple X Games. He's got his schedule packed for sure.
But he has to clean things up in run number 2 if he wants to get into that that group of 8, excuse me. Keyaki IKE, another of our X Games rookies. We actually saw him in Minneapolis in 2018 in our next XAM contest when he finished in 2nd behind Giovanni Viana.
Oh, nice cab back tail. So solid. Oh, giving us a nice little impossible. Taking the 5-0 to fakie, using the quarter pipe.
Oh.
Definitely got out of that one. It could have gone bad, but he made it work. Nice back nose blunt. You know, he's gotten 2nd in the Japanese Nationals behind Jin Woo 2 years in a row. So it's a surprise we haven't seen him in too many X Games in the past couple of years.
A nice ender for Keyaki. And a clean first run overall in his X Games debut. Really smooth.
That back nose blunt.
Yeah, that's just easy. Look at the board control. A 72 for Keyaki. Well, we're just getting started here in the men's skateboard street elimination. Nyjah Houston drops in on the course when we return. Welcome back to X Games Chiba 2024. The doors are open and the crowds have invaded this street course. It's only elimination, but Amelia, this first half of the field is leaving it all out there on the course, and we've still got some superstars ready to drop in for their first run, including our defending gold medalist from Ventura, the one and only Nyjah Houston. So we move on here in run 1 of Skateboard Street Elimination. Toa Sasaki, we saw his older brother Raimu drop in just a couple of skaters again earlier. Speaking of Nyjah, Toa officially on the Disorder skateboard team.
Oh,
wow.
The gap to back nose blunt, that was massive. Okay, he's clearly feeling confident, but he's just coming off of a win. He won the World Skate Rome event last week. Wow, that frontside flip was gorgeous.
This flick that I'm seeing from Toa is next level.
Oh, the cat back tail. He's got a hustle too. He's also one who clearly knows how to time out his runs.
Last 5 seconds.
Oh!
Dang!
That was an incredible run by Toa. Wow, he is feeling good after that one.
Every other skater to this point, and we're just one run in to elimination, there was a little bit of a, I don't want to say a slow pace, but just a really drawn out pace. That all changed when Toa hit the course.
Yeah,
wow.
He hustles and he skates really fast. I mean, you've got to be able to gap the back nose blunt like that.
And how aerodynamic is he in those wide-legged jeans? Wind resistance. That was awesome with the claim. What a first run for Toa Sasaki in his X Games debut here in Chiba. Head judge Jason Rothmeyer and the rest of our panel really taking their time with this one. We have a new leader, Toa Sasaki, taking over first place. So this field officially put on notice, but are we excited to see this next young man, 20-year-old Cordano Russell, making his X Games debut?
That's what I was saying. He goes up stuff. The front board up the rail. You rarely see people skating the course like that.
Well, and Amelia, you rarely see people this physically imposing skateboarding like this. 6'4" and nearly 240 pounds. This is MVP Cam Newton on a skateboard right now. When
he falls, the concrete feels pain. Oh, what? I love that he just threw that in there, completely blind to be able to lock onto it like that. Wow. Okay, that was quite the hammer to throw into a run that most people would have just walked away from. You know, with 2 falls, it's hard to recover from that. But wow, he did so by just really making a statement.
You know, he had a great spread in Thrasher that just sort of talked about his upbringing and how he got into skateboarding, played football in high school in Carlsbad, originally from Canada. So 55.33 for Cordano. A path less traveled than probably the rest of the field to get where he is now, but he's here to stay. He's got some things to clean up in run number 2, but there was some special stuff there.
Apparently he found his first skateboard in a bush.
Yeah, I love that story. Like Moses in the burning bush. So here's Kairi Neitsuke making his 4th X Games appearance. Still looking for that first podium finish. But he's got the goods, Amelia.
He is a self-proclaimed heel flipper and putting that to work in front of us right now. Lots of heel flip variations from this guy. He won the Red Bull Pool Drop in Munich just in August. Oh, the heel flip back flip!
That was bananas.
Maybe he had a little bit more time than he thought. You know, ending on the tail slide on the hubba isn't as strong as just ending with that heel flip back flip, but wow, that run had a lot to appreciate about it, especially his style.
That right there, I mean. Put it on a cover. An 80. Good enough for 4th. If you're just joining us, it's the men's skateboard street elimination here at X Games Chiba. Top 8 moving on to the final. The return of Jinwoo Onodera. 1 X Games appearance, 1 X Games gold medal. It happened back in 2023.
Jinwoo submitted an email letting us know that he has changed the length of his socks.
I gotta be honest with you. I disagree with the decision.
They are smaller.
Them socks. But Jinwoo just picking up where he left off. Amelia, it's incredible at 14 years old to have the talent, the board control, and just the consistency.
Wow, he is on a phenomenal run right here, though. The technical barrage on display. Wow, trying to end with a kickflip backtail shove. I mean, he packed a lot into one run.
This is crazy. Now remember, when he won gold in 2023, Nyjah Houston was still, I don't want to say it, but I don't know that Nyjah was 100% post the knee injury that he had suffered late the year before, as he was still getting his bearings straight. But Jinwoo proved that he belonged. That run proves that he belongs. A 76.33, good enough for 5th. He did suffer heat stroke at the Olympics. It is hot. There's an excessive heat warning right now in Chiba, something to keep an eye on for sure as we move on throughout this contest. But we turn our attention now to Sora Shirai, owner of 2 X Games bronze medals in 3 appearances.
Just missing the podium at the Olympics. He's definitely wanting a medal, let's just say.
He's currently ranked #1 in the world skate rankings, Amelia.
Oh, wow. The big spin back tail.
Oh. Last 10 seconds for Sora.
Oh,
wow.
He's so good at spinning the opposite direction of the rail and then still landing in a complicated grind or slide. And that's what really makes him stand out.
That's a really good point. Break that down for us.
I mean, this one, spinning towards the rail, which we've seen in this event before, but just the way that he's able to manipulate his body and go almost alley-oop into things.
Yes.
Like right there, spinning the other way, but still landing lip slide.
That right there.
Insane.
That's core power.
Definitely.
Those are obliques working overtime. Yeah, that right there, what you're talking about is fully on display on that rail. An 82.66 for Sora. Good enough for top 3. Now this place is about to get a little louder as the owner of 15 X Games gold medals, Nyjah Houston, just a couple months shy of his 30th birthday, drops in for his first run.
Nice switch frontside flip.
As we set off the top in a 3-way tie with Shaun White and Garrett Reynolds for most career X Games golds at 15.
His switch heel flip game is just insane. Throwing in the switch heel front board in the middle of his run, and he is not even close to done. Oh, yes. And the switch 5-0 to end his run.
That was trademark Nyjah Houston. Now remember, after he won gold in Ventura, he told our own Corbin Harris after the event, you remember he said, this is the tie right here, but we're not done. We've still got some good years left.
He looks spry.
Well, remember, I mean, you know, obviously Yuta Horigome, who's not here, has been the guy for the last couple of years, but Nyjah's been recovering from knee injuries, been very selective with certain contests, but what you saw right there, that's the Nyjah Houston that we've expected and seen over the last 15 years. He's skating with purpose. An 85.33, good enough for second place. Again, this is just elimination. Run 1. And we're officially wrapped up. Nyjah's expression says it all. Let's go. Halfway through men's skateboard street elims here at X Games Chiba 2024. Run number 2 when we come back. We welcome you back to X Games Chiba 2024. One run officially in the books here in men's skateboard street elimination. And the rookie, Toa Sasaki, leading the way, but Nyjah Houston making his presence felt. Let's head down to the third member of our team, Mitch Tomlinson.
Yeah, super interesting out here. So Jin Woo, although he's got smaller socks, I know he's got way bigger tricks to come. Looking at the practice, he was really destroying this course, but Nyjah Houston, are you kidding me? I know he's not in first place right now, but after that first run, the words he said were, let's go. So there's a good chance we're on way to more X Games history with Nyjah.
Yeah, well said, Mitch. Let's go. He's in his Tom Brady era right now. So here's Daiki currently sitting in third And he looked so good on that first run. He just makes it look so easy. It's so natural to him.
Gosh, the way that he did that hard flip, it was like he caught it, he kind of shifted it. Just the amount of board control that he has is insane. Oh, cat back nose blunt. What? To just throw that into his run and then look so calm and relaxed after it. That is gnarly.
We're just going Tony Hawk Pro Skater in the middle of an elimination run.
Really interesting that we saw a ton of back lips in the women's contest, and we're seeing a ton of cap back lips in the men's contest. Clearly, there's like a favoritism of tricks.
And I'm just gonna say it.
Here.
I know it's not fair, but if I'm the judges, extra half point for the braids. The braids are so clean. Look at this. Woo!
It was really nice of you to braid his hair for him, though.
I do a mean French braid. You know that, Amelia.
That's why you brought it up. You wanted me to mention that you did that for him.
Again, top 8 will be moving on to the final. Daike's got to be in a really good spot as he jumps up 1 into second place, bumping Nyjah down here in run 2 of elimination. So Alex Midler, the 26-year-old's got some work to do, Amelia. We'll see. He really only has 1 speed. I don't know if strategy's gonna come into play here. If he's gonna go down, he's gonna go down his way.
He is full send, and I love that about him. He's just powerful and always looking for the heaviest gap to 270 to nose blunt. Lots of gnarly maneuvers.
We've seen it already much better than his first run. We've seen it in other contests, especially in Best Trick. I mean, he has some really gnarly falls. He slams hard, but almost always, I would say always, he gets back up.
Yeah, he's a force.
You don't know when to quit, do you, Alex?
Oh, well, we're seeing a full run from him here. That's awesome for Alex. Sometimes he just goes way too hard right off the bat and doesn't like put something down.
Right.
Because he gets like stuck on one trick, but that was solid.
That's the thing I always want anyone who's around Alex. It's like, don't get into foul trouble early. Let's live to get through this contest and get to the final. And a really solid run, as you said, Amelia. Be interesting to see where he gets scored. Trying to earn a spot into the top 8. Currently on the outside, looking in.
Also rides for Nyjah's Disorder brand. Nyjah said his commitment and fearlessness is next level.
Yeah, you don't, no one just gets on that team. That's curated by the king himself. Alex Midler jumping up into the top 8, currently in 7th place.
So bumping Jin Woo down to 8th. Now he's on the bubble.
Keep eyes on that. Jinwoo Onodera, who we thought would be fighting for the gold medal, right now may just be fighting to get into the final. So here's Kelvin Hoefler sitting in 5th.
He got 2nd at the Rockstar Energy Open not too long ago. He got 2nd at Tampa Pro this year. He's skated both Olympics. He got a silver at the first one, a competition destroyer.
And I'll say it, still underrated. We still don't talk about Kelvin Hoefler enough.
Oh, kickflip back 50. Oh, kickflip back tail. It's got it timed out to a T. Ooh, back sugarcane. Ending with that switch tail slide again. Coming out forward.
The thing about Kelvin, as we said, just such an incredible contest skateboarder, is there are so many variations of runs that he can put together. This elimination round could be 5 runs, and he'd come up with something for each one of those. So he's got something in store for that final, believe you me.
Oh, he's got a deep bag of tricks, that's for sure. And they're all on lock.
So an 81.66. Kelvin will stay in 5th place. Raimu Sasaki. His younger brother is our current leader, but he's sitting in 10th.
We saw him at Thrasher's 2023 Buster Bail contest, where he did a half cab front feeble on the clipper ledge. Just so gnarly. Nice switchback lip. I like how relaxed his style is.
Totally.
Very zen, like this Zen garden course we got going on.
Yeah, even his approach to this final trick got his heart rate down.
Oh!
And for good reason. I thought he was gonna run out of time. He was so slow. Picking that board back up to set that trick up.
He's in the moment. He's in the moment and it's working for him.
Yeah, you think this field likes these handrails? They're absolutely destroying them here in Elimination.
Another cab back lip. Very popular in this field. Then the 180 switch crook.
That was...
End things off.
So a 77 for Raimu puts him up into 8th, dropping Jin Woo out of the top 8. Now remember, Onodera will get one more run. He'll have something to say about that, but very interesting. Not many were expecting him to be on the outside looking in on run 2 of Elimination. We also weren't expecting Felipe Mota to be outside of the top 8.
I have a feeling that after this run, he's going to be comfortably in the top 8. Oh, no!
He just steps off.
Oh, that might be it for him. Oh, so unfortunate for Felipe. He had such a strong showing at XGames Ventura.
Of course, we all remember when he won Tampa Am in that global pandemic year in 2020. He's mentored by P-Rod.
Wow.
I just, you know, obviously the primitive connection. I don't know who better to have as a mentor in skateboarding than Paul Rodriguez, but it also must be difficult because how many people can do what Paul Rodriguez does, the way Paul Rodriguez does it, but they spend a lot of time together. And remember, even if he doesn't make it onto the final, he will be competing at Best Trick,
where he's got a medal already. So I'm sure he'll have something rad to bring to the table.
Keyaki IKE. He's got a string of top 3 finishes, but right now he's just trying to earn a spot in his very first career X Games final.
That cat back tail, he just looked like he was gonna fall asleep in the middle of it. He looks so chill. Oh, switch heel flip front board.
It is
Nice
funny
one.
because it is such a departure from the style that which his brother skates with.
Wow. Nollie big spin back lip to end things off. He doesn't even look surprised. He just looks like he's meditating or something.
It's that Zen garden you're talking about.
For real. Cab back tail, that one's so gnarly to lock into. It's totally blind. You're spinning to lock into just your tail. coming out fakie. The nollie big spin backlip to end things off. That was a really strong run from Keyaki.
So Keyaki currently in 10th place. Better than what we saw from run number 1. A 79.33, so that jumps him up into the top 8. And Sasaki is bumped out now. Cordano out there doing a little rail maintenance. Nyjah Houston has popped the top. He is not messing around. Run number 2 for Nyjah here in elimination after this. We welcome you back to the men's skateboard street elimination here at X Games Chiba. A lot going on right now. Perhaps the biggest storyline, Jinwoo Onodera is currently on the outside looking in, and Toa Sasaki, the rookie, in the lead. For more on that, let's head down to Mitch Tomlinson.
Yes, a few upsets, but you know what? That's why I like the X Games. Jin's out, Toa currently leading, Nyjah sitting in, in that top 3, but we know he wants to go into the finals in that top spot for obvious reasons. But right now, Toa, can he hold on to that first position? It's right down here, it's happening, it's exciting, and this is just elims. This is just eliminations.
Yeah, Mitch has the best seat in the house. Our current leader, Toa Sasaki, can he hold off Nyjah Houston from taking over that top spot? Because one thing we know about Nyjah, Amelia, he doesn't just like to win golds, he likes to win elimination.
I mean, Toa just won my heart with that gap back nose blunt. That is insane that he's just got that so wired.
Put it on a Valentine's card. You won my heart with this trick. Toa probably gonna hold on to his run 1 score. Come on, give us one more.
Ooh, maybe a hard flip? Not quite sure.
That's what it looked like. Yeah,
So,
you see the sweat there, as we talked about. It is hot in Chiba right now.
he won the Street League Resurrection event where he did a nollie barley grind down the 15-stair Wilshire rail. That was the replica.
That's right. Don't forget, Toa, we talked about Toa and Nyjah. Toa is on Disorder Skateboards. Cordano Russell. Skating in his first X Games, doing things no one else is doing. We want to see him in the final.
Oh, yes.
Can he stay on his board, Amelia, and break into the top 8?
I hope so, because he's just got this wonderful pop, great trick selection.
Already so much better than run 1. He rides a custom toy machine deck built by Paul Schmidt, 15-inch wheelbase, thicker layer of wood.
Oh man, that half cab 50. He's finally put it into a run. I've seen him try that, especially at the Rockstar Open. He couldn't quite fit in his run. Hopefully he stays on this one, because that is just insane.
We talk about this huge...
Oh,
and he holds on!
All right, just a back nose blunt on the quarter pipe, but he held on to that for dear life.
I saw 3 seconds, I'm like, damn.
You hear him, I had to improvise. You know, I talk about this custom board, and you see how wide that is on display. Because he kept
flexing.
He just
kept the board
kept
flexing.
He kept breaking boards, and that's a thicker layer of wood. That second ply from the top. They're just, again, there's just no skateboarders built like him. Certainly in the contest circuit. There you see the score he would need to jump up into the top 8 here in his X Games debut. Midler clinging to that 8th bubble spot. Does he get bumped out by Cordano Russell? An 80.66. And with that, Cordano getting into 6th place, knocking out Alex Midler.
Sitting right behind him in 7th, Kairi Natsuke coming in for 2nd run. Heel flip mastermind.
So Kairi
Heel flip back tail.
sitting in 7th. Amelia, he took 4th at our best trick street contest in Rincon back in 2023. He could have medaled in that contest. He was such a fan favorite.
Yeah, he does that late big spin.
Yeah.
Which is so fun to watch. I've not seen anyone else do that, but he just tosses that thing around everywhere. Surprised we haven't seen it here yet. Woo! And the heel flip back lip. There it is.
Yep.
The late big spin. I love that one. He looks pretty pleased with himself.
He wondered if he was going to have time for one more. So Amelia already in the top 8, but does he climb the ladder ever so slightly to maybe even give himself a little more breathing room after this run?
You know, it's hard to say because Cordano's run, some of the things he's doing, his blind tricks, the
Right.
half cab 50 are so insane, but it was a little sketchy.
Wow, an 82. So it does jump him up into the top 5.
So he does get right above Cordano. I mean, everything he landed was just perfect, so solid.
Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention now to the 14-year-old dropping in, Jinwoo Onodera, an owner of an X Games gold medal, but right now he's sitting in 11th place.
Oh, big spin front board shove out. You know, I watched him practice in Paris, and I thought he was going to win the Olympics. So he's just got a crazy bag of tricks, and if he can put it all together, he's definitely a threat for gold. But first, he's got to make it through these eliminations, throwing the big flip in there. Oh,
Wow.
the switch Barley.
That Barley switch, incredible. Last 5 seconds for Jinwoo.
Oh, kickflip backtail shove. Hanging on to the kickflip fakie at the end there. That is definitely gonna get him in the top 8.
He said, you know I had to do it to him. In the short shorts and the short socks, the fist pump, the tiger claim. Take another look, Amelia.
Wow. The way that he sets his feet up is just so different than anyone else. It almost kind of reveals what tricks he might do, but it's definitely unique. Kickflip back tail and throwing the shove out at the end.
Oh, combo city for Jinwoo Onodera.
And this isn't even the finals. He's digging deep.
A gold medal in his X Games debut when he did it at 13 years old, the youngest gold medalist ever in the history of this discipline. And he jumps all the way up into 4th place. Jinwoo Onodera just punched his ticket to the final. So our final group is set. Sora Shirai will be moving on, sitting in 5th. Be interesting to see how he approaches this, Amelia. Does he try to climb up a little bit on the leaderboard? Or does he not want to show too much heading into the final?
Wow, that's the trick that he ended his last run with, so already mixing it up a little bit. Love that little stinky leg on the tray flip right there. It's showing some flair.
Wow.
What? Definitely mixing up his run. I mean, it helps in the seeding to be able to place higher in the elimination, because then you could see what everyone else is doing, and you get to have the final say if you win eliminations, because you get to go last in the finals.
What a day in eliminations for Sora Shirai. We didn't see him in Ventura earlier this summer, and the last time we saw him at X Games was here in Chiba in 2023 when he finished 10th. And then you watch him skate like this and you go, how is that even possible? He's got podium on the brain. And what a crowd on hand here at Makahari Messe.
I mean, like I said earlier, he just missed the podium at the Olympics, landed in 4th, amazing skating, but he's got to be thinking, all right, I need a medal. It's been long enough.
Wow, Sora jumping all the way up into 3rd place, bumping this man, Nyjah Houston, down 1 spot.
I love that Nyjah is riding Alex Midler's signature board. That just like shows love for your friends.
It also tells you that he's a businessman. He's got some boards to sell.
That's a good point.
Nyjah Houston, tied for the most career X Games gold medal at 15. He's already moving on to the final, but I don't think he's gonna take this easy, Amelia.
I don't know, he looks like he's pretty relaxed, but he definitely likes to have the final say.
But there is, to your point, some gamesmanship here, right? Did he see the best from the rookie? Did he see the best from Sora Shirai? Is he gonna hold something back?
Kick flipping out of the blunt was definitely an upgrade. So he's changing things up a little bit. Oh, and then getting the switch heel front board.
Again, this is just elimination. This final will be going down tomorrow night. The effortless flick from Nyjah Houston, the sender.
Love the way he does that switch frontside flip. And his switch heel flip game is insane. I don't know if it was too different than his first run, so I'm not sure what that's gonna do to his score, but still super solid.
Oh my.
Okay, never mind. Clearly.
An 89.66 for Nyjah Houston, putting this entire field on notice heading to the final. And his fellow competitors cannot help but applaud. Final results are in for eliminations. Nyjah Houston, your top-ranked qualifier. Cordano Russell, in his X Games debut, holds on, earning a spot to the final. And Jinwoo Onodera, when the pressure was on, skated from 11th to top 5 in his final run. What a showing here in eliminations, Amelia.
I mean, this means that Nyjah is in the exact place that he wants to be in, is having that final say. We know he thrives under that pressure, and we know that he wants to break the record for the most X Games golds, and he could do that in the finals.
The X Games Chiba men's skateboard street final will be going down 12:30 Pacific on Saturday night. Congratulations to our entire field of 8. Moving on to the final, Nyjah Houston, our top-ranked qualifier, but he will be pushed. We're just getting started here at X Games Chiba Day 2. More after this.